Welcome to your very own Knowledge Wisdom channel, where we explore the timeless wisdom of the ages. In today's video, we'll take a fascinating journey through the history of philosophy, examining the thoughts and teachings of both ancient and modern philosophers. From the origins of Western philosophy in ancient Greece to the revolutionary ideas of modern thinkers, we'll see how these philosophers have shaped the way we understand the world today. Philosophy is often seen as the study of fundamental questions about existence, knowledge, ethics, and the nature of reality. These questions have been asked for thousands of years, and the answers have evolved over time, reflecting the changing tides of history and thought. Today, we'll look at 6 philosophers who have had a profound impact on the way we think about these questions. First segment, Ancient Philosophers. Let's begin in ancient Greece, the birthplace of Western philosophy. Here, 3 of the most influential philosophers laid the foundations for much of Western thought. Our journey starts with Socrates, often regarded as the father of Western philosophy. Socrates believed in the power of questioning and dialogue to uncover the truth. His method, now known as the Socratic Method, involves asking probing questions to challenge assumptions and stimulate critical thinking. Socrates didn't write down his teachings, but his student Plato recorded many of his ideas, giving us insight into his philosophy, which emphasized ethics, virtue, and the pursuit of knowledge. Socrates believed that an unexamined life is not worth living, a statement that has inspired countless people to seek deeper meaning and understanding in their lives. Next, we have Plato, a student of Socrates and the founder of the Academy in Athens, one of the earliest institutions of higher learning. Plato's works, particularly the Republic, explore profound questions about justice, the ideal state, and the nature of reality. Central to Plato's philosophy is the concept of forms, eternal, unchanging ideals that represent the truest reality. For Plato, the material world is just a shadow of the world of forms, and true knowledge is the understanding of these forms. Plato's influence on Western thought cannot be overstated. His ideas have shaped everything from metaphysics to political theory, and his writings continue to be studied and debated to this day. Finally, we come to Aristotle, a student of Plato who took a more empirical approach to philosophy. Unlike Plato, who focused on the world of forms, Aristotle believed that knowledge comes from experience and observation. His work spanned a wide range of subjects, including logic, ethics, politics, biology, and metaphysics. Aristotle's ethical theory, known as virtue ethics, centers on the idea of achieving a balanced life by cultivating virtuous habits. He introduced the concept of the golden mean, the idea that virtue lies in finding the balance between extremes. For example, courage is the mean between recklessness and cowardice. Aristotle's emphasis on empirical observation also laid the groundwork for the scientific method, making him one of the most influential figures in the history of Western thought. Second segment, Modern Philosophers. Now, let's move forward to the modern era, where philosophical thought continued to evolve in response to new challenges and ideas. We'll explore the contributions of 3 modern philosophers who have had a lasting impact on contemporary thought. First, we have Immanuel Kant, an 18th-century German philosopher whose work has had a profound influence on both ethics and epistemology. Kant's critique of pure reason challenged the traditional views of knowledge and reality by suggesting that our understanding of the world is shaped by both sensory experience and innate concepts in our minds. Kant argued that while we can never know the world as it truly is, we can understand it through the lens of human cognition. In ethics, Kant is best known for his concept of the categorical imperative, which states that we should act according to principles that could be universally applied. In other words, before making a moral decision, we should ask ourselves if we would want everyone to act in the same way. This deontological approach to ethics has been incredibly influential, particularly in discussions about human rights and justice. Next, we have Friedrich Nietzsche, a 19th-century philosopher who is perhaps best known for his critiques of traditional morality and religion. Nietzsche famously declared that God is dead, a provocative statement that reflected his belief that traditional religious values were no longer sufficient to guide modern life. Instead, Nietzsche argued that individuals must create their own values and purpose, a concept he explored through the idea of the Übermensch, or overman. Nietzsche's philosophy challenges us to confront the realities of a world without inherent meaning and to take responsibility for creating our own path. His ideas have had a profound influence on existentialism, postmodernism, and a wide range of cultural and intellectual movements. Lastly, we have Jean-Paul Sartre, a 20th century French philosopher and one of the leading figures of existentialism. Sartre's philosophy is centered around the concept of radical freedom, the idea that we are free to make our own choices and create our own meaning in life. However, with this freedom comes the responsibility for the consequences of our actions. In his seminal work, Being and Nothingness, Sartre argues that existence precedes essence, meaning that we are not born with a predetermined purpose but must create our own meaning through our choices and actions. Sartre's ideas have had a lasting impact on literature, psychology, and political thought, particularly in discussions about individual freedom and authenticity. Conclusion: as we've seen, the journey from ancient to modern philosophy is a rich and complex one, filled with ideas that have shaped the way we think about everything from ethics and knowledge to existence and reality. These 6 philosophers, despite being separated by centuries, have all contributed to the ongoing dialogue about what it means to live a good life, to know truth, and to act ethically. Their ideas continue to resonate today, offering insights and challenges that are just as relevant in the 21st century as they were in ancient Greece or modern Europe. Whether we realize it or not, these philosophical concepts influence our everyday decisions, our views on justice, and our understanding of the world around us. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of ancient and modern philosophers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Knowledge Wisdom channel for more deep dives into the world of knowledge and wisdom. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.